Hello and welcome to our broadcast for Heroes Day. The idea for Heroes Day came from primary school teacher Danny Glavin after his friend and Marine Richard Hollington became the 300th soldier to be killed in Afghanistan. Danny then decided to climb Kilimanjaro, but instead of getting sponsors, he organised a non-uniform day with a difference. As you may have noticed, many pupils and teachers have dressed up as their hero, everything from soldiers to doctors, policemen to Rory McIlroy. Today's programme will be coming live from the studio and Miss Hannah's room, where the judging will take place. Here's a selection of some of today's best outfits.
So obviously Help for Heroes is a charity and it's well known all over the world, but what are you doing in school today?
We're gathering money for the Help for Heroes charity because people in Afghanistan are being hurt and we're trying to raise money to help them survive in the middle of the war.
Okay, thank you. And have you sold many so far?
We've been to classes and we've sold about a few, like 3 or 4.
Okay, that's very good, thank you. Who have you dressed up as?
I've put on RAF pilot badges and wore a Help for Heroes wristband for our heroes.
Hello Lucy, who have you dressed up as?
Albert Einstein.
Why?
Because he invented the theory of relativity.
Very good. Miss Thompson, why have you dressed up as Mrs. Incredible?
Because this is for all the incredible women out there who juggle families, jobs and work very hard, and this is for all the Mrs. Incredibles that live in Lurgan and Northern Ireland and throughout the world. They're doing a great job and I just wanted to say thank you to them all.
Thank you very much. Miss Fitzgerald, who have you dressed up as?
Can you guess who I am, Sophie?
It looks like a cowboy of some sort.
Cowboy. Well, this is no
Cowgirl.
cowboy. Have a look.
Oh right. Dermot Lennon.
Yes.
And why have you choose to dress up as Dermot Lennon?
Well, Dermot's my hero, quite simply. Dermot is former World Show Jumping Champion, individual World Show Jumping Champion, and European Team Champion. So he's absolutely my hero.
Okay. And Miss Carson, who have you decided to dress up as?
I decided to draw attention to Marie Curie, and again, if I turn round, you will see that I have some more information there about her. A lot of pupils, including myself, as a lot of people have heard about Marie Curie nurses, and we received some help in my own family whenever my father was ill. But that organisation is named after a person. Marie Curie was a scientist, a very remarkable scientist, first person to use radiotherapy for cancer treatment. She discovered 2 new elements, radium and polonium, and she is the first person to ever win 2 Nobel Prizes for science.
Some very interesting outfits and heroes there. Now we're going to watch a video about our local heroes at Loughnane Rescue.
That's correct. I have been a member of Loughnane Rescue now for over 20 years.
So I also believe that you've won 2 special awards. Could you tell us about this?
On the 26th of August 2006, I was on holiday in Donegal when we went to a place called Creevy Pier. But when we arrived in Creevy Pier, I noticed a commotion at the end of the pier. It was very windy and the conditions were quite bad. It was quite rough. And when I went down to see what the commotion was, we actually seen someone in the water. And myself and another girl who was on the end of the pier, who actually turned out to be a life-saving instructor, the 2 of us went into the water and we swum against the elements out to the guy who was about 50 yards offshore, and after 30 to 40 minutes we were able to bring him back into the harbour. He was in a great distress and actually was at one stage was actually quite aggressive, but we were able to bring him in, and actually when we got the guy in, the lifeboat from Bundoran arrived and the helicopter, the Coast Guard helicopter from Sligo was on scene. When we got the guy to shore, the ambulance was there and the ambulance rendered first aid to him and they then took him to hospital. So as a result of that, I was awarded the, first of all, a Just-in-Time Award from the Irish Water Safety Association, and also a year later I got the Royal Humane Society testimonial on Velam. I'd just like to say that the 2 of us, the girl that went in was a girl called Sarah Meehan, and we both received the awards together. I say, as it was very much a joint exercise.
What an inspirational story. Now we're going to live to our reporter Amy in Miss Hannah's room for the costume competition. So Amy, how's the competition going?
It's going great down here. So welcome to our National Heroes Day competition final. We will be meeting our finalists shortly, as they will show us who they are and why this person is their hero. But first, let me introduce you to our judges. Each one of them heroes in their own right. We have Mrs. Curry, our Vice Principal, Mrs. Graham, our Finance Officer, and Mr. Mackey, also our Vice Principal. Thank you all for agreeing to judge this competition. So, first, if we could have someone to see who they are. Rachel, would you like to come? So Rachel, what class are you in?
8AZ.
And who have you dressed up as today?
Helen Roosevelt. She was a missionary doctor in Africa.
And why is this person important to you?
Well, I thought it was very interesting. I read a book about her and I actually think I want to be a missionary doctor now in Africa.
That sounds like a brilliant plan. Thank you very much. Hello, what's your name?
Sarah Wiley.
And what class are you in?
I'm at 8AZ.
So, who have you dressed up as today?
I have chosen Mary Segal.
And why is this person important to you?
Well, anything she wanted to do, she found a way of doing it, but most importantly, she sacrificed everything she had to save the soldiers in the Crimean War.
That's very good, thank you. So who have you dressed up as today?
My uncle.
And why is your uncle your hero?
My uncle is my hero because whenever I was 8, I was in his boat and I was going behind on a wakeboard. I fell off and he dived in to rescue me.
That's brilliant, thank you very much. Hello, what's your name?
Jack.
And what class are you in, Jack?
8BX.
So who have you dressed up as today?
I have chosen to dress up as a soldier because my dad used to be a soldier in the Falklands War and they fight to protect our country every day.
Would you ever like to join the army?
Yes.
Thank you. What's your name?
Reuben.
And what class are you in, Reuben?
8BW.
That's a brilliant outfit. So why have you chosen this?
Well, I'm dressed up as King George VI because he invented the George Cross for soldiers for their bravery at war.
I see you've made your medals and everything. That's great, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Matthew.
And what class are you in, Matthew?
8CY.
So who have you dressed up as today?
The Army.
It's a brilliant outfit. Why is the army special to you?
Because they defend Britain and they have risked their lives to save us.
Thank you. So what's your name?
Charlotte.
And what class are you in, Charlotte?
I'm in 8AY.
So who have you dressed up as today?
I've dressed up as my Auntie Margaret.
I see you have your picture there. Why is your Auntie Margaret important to you?
Because my Auntie Margaret has been battling breast cancer for 3 years and she's really taught me that no matter how something gets, never give up hope because there's always a chance that something miraculous could happen.
Does she inspire you?
She does, very much so.
That's a brilliant thought. Thank you, Charlotte. Hello, and what's your name?
Haley.
And what class are you in, Haley?
8CX.
So who have you dressed up as today?
Army medic.
So why is an army medic important to you?
Because my grandma's best friend used to be in the army and I stepped on a bomb and these are the people that helped him.
Do you think you would someday like to be an army medic?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Isn't it great to see all these people dressed up?
Yeah.
So what's your name?
Amy Savage.
And what class are you in, Amy?
8BZ.
So who have you dressed up as today?
My granny Sylvia.
Your granny? And why is your granny important to you?
Because she had a bad stroke. It's one of the worst ones that I've ever seen in the Royal Hospital. And she wanted to get home so badly, so she fought the pain, but she thought she was going to die.
That's lovely, thank you. I love your outfit.
Thanks.
What's your name?
Brittany Cousins.
And what class are you in, Brittany?
8AX.
So who have you dressed up as today?
I have chosen to do Madonna. And why have you chosen Madonna?
Because she goes and helps little children in Africa and India who are struggling, and that's why I've chosen her.
Would you ever like to be a singer?
Not really.
Not really, thank you. So, what's your name?
Ben.
And what class are you in, Ben?
BY.
So who have you chosen as your hero today?
I choose my wee cousin Leo.
I see that you have him on your t-shirt there. Yeah. So why did you choose Leo as your hero?
Because when he was 2, he died of meningitis.
Thank you. And finally, here we have
Matthew.
And what class are you in, Matthew?
8AZ.
So who have you chosen as your hero today?
Messi.
So could you tell us, everyone who doesn't know, who Messi is?
He's a football player for Barcelona.
And is this why he's your hero?
No, because whenever he was young, he had a problem with his legs, and he tried out for teams and all, but Barcelona was the only team that took him on, so they paid for all his operations, and he's become the best football player in the world.
Brilliant. And do you think someday you would like to be a footballer?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, back to the studio. Now we go back to the studio with Peter. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. We'll be back later for the results. Clearly, a lot of work has gone into those outfits. A lot of people have dressed up as soldiers, so now we're going to see an interview with Captain Doug Beattie of the Royal Irish Rifles.
Amazing soldier, because you have actually earned a military cross. Can you tell us a bit about what a military cross is and why you hold it?
Right. I'm not an amazing soldier. I'm just one of many soldiers who do a job on a day-to-day basis. But the Military Cross is a gallantry award which was presented to me. It's the third highest gallantry award that you can receive, which was presented to me for fighting in an operation in a place called Garmsir in 2006, which is in the south of Helmand. And basically the town was overtaken by Taliban, which reached in the number of about 600 to 1,000. There was no British troops to go and retake the town, so 150 Afghan soldiers and police were sent down to take it, along with 17 British soldiers. And we were told that the operation would last for 2 days, and the battle actually lasted for 14, and the British soldiers whittled down to just 3 of us left at the end. And it's a accumulated factor of what happened over that period of the 14 days that I was awarded the Military Cross. But I've got to say, and it's always important to add, that although I was given the Military Cross and the Queen pinned it on my chest, it's never been my medal. It's always a medal for all of those people who serve in Afghanistan, and especially those who have returned from Afghanistan physically and mentally broken, or indeed those who never returned at all. So I wear it, but I wear it in the memory of all of these young men.
What an inspiring person. Next, some more clips of today's wonderful outfits.
Miss Hannah, you've dressed as Professor Frank Pantridge. Why is this?
Well, a lot of people in Northern Ireland don't really know who Professor Frank Pantridge is, and yet he's probably one of our most famous doctors. He was a professor of cardiology in Royal Victoria Hospital, and he actually invented the portable defibrillator, which has saved millions of people's lives all over the world. And actually, whenever I was a young child, I was one of his patients in the cardiology department in the Royal, and I remember him very fondly. And as a young child, after I'd been to consultation with him, he had a big jar of little lollipops, and you were able to pick one out and take it home with you. And that's my memory of him, but obviously he's just one of my heroes for that reason, but also because of his invention.
Very good, thank you. Okay, so today we have someone very famous here, Madonna. Why have you chose to dress up as Madonna?
I chose to dress up as Madonna because she does lots of charity work in Africa and India.
And is that why she's your hero?
Yeah.
So, who are you dressed up as and why?
I'm dressed up as King George VI because I take a great interest in royalty and all the kings, and he invented the RAF fly pass after the tripping of the colour, and he founded the George Cross.
And so where did you get your uniform?
My mum and my nanny made it for me.
Okay, Sophie.
Okay, so who are you and why are you dressed as this person?
I'm Megan Matthews and I'm dressed as this person to represent the people that died in the war.
Okay, thank you. It looks like Rory McIlroy has come today. What made you dress up as him?
Well, I'm a big golf fan myself, and Rory was one of my heroes, especially all that he's done for Northern Ireland golf with winning the US Open. And to me, he's just a golfing hero of mine, so I thought it would be appropriate.
And what have you dressed up as?
Okay, well, nobody will know me. I'm one of these heroes that nobody will really know except for people in our own community. But her name's Risa. She's a Maasai woman, lives in Kenya, and she has a really hard life. And I met her several years ago when I was out in Kenya. And in fact, she made this necklace that I'm wearing at the minute. I bought that from her for about £2 or something like that. That was the going rate at the time. But she's just a little woman who works really, really hard. She was out working with me, lifting stones in the hillside, killing off all the nasty bugs. She's a really hard life. But, you know, she just gives thanks to God for everything. And I just wish I was like her.
Thank you. Ms. Walker, now I see a picture of one of the female suffragettes on your outfit.
Well, she's actually one of the women that worked in the factories during World War II. So when the men all went off to war, the women were left at home to do all those jobs like checking engines for Spitfires, and it was actually very dangerous because the factories were a target for bombing, and they lived near the factories as well. And while they were doing all of that, they were looking after their families and their children at home as well. So they're very strong women. So that's why I decided to choose them as my hero today.
Thank you very much. So I see you're dressed up in the equestrian wear, so why have you dressed up like this?
I'm dressed up as Mary King because she helps the Child Brain Charity Trust for Injured Children.
Okay, thank you. So you've dressed up in the hockey wear, why is this?
Because my hero is Jill Jackson because she helped me and my friends become like goalies, and she's really helped me with my hockey and she's done a lot for charity.
Okay, thank you. So who are you dressed up as and why?
Anne of Green Gables, and I'm dressed up as her because she's my hero.
Why is she your hero? What has she done?
Well, she's an inspiration to me because she's always happy and there's always a good thing about everything with her.
Okay, thank you. So who are you dressed up as and why?
I'm dressed up as Jessie J because she's my hero and she had a stroke when she was 18 and she's helping charities that have strokes, and she's my hero because my grand had a stroke and then I support her in that.
Okay, thank you.
More great costumes and heroes there. Thanks to everyone who supported Heroes Day, as Lurgan Junior High School is the only school in the country taking part. I'd also like to point out that it is a completely new gallery team, so thanks to them and thanks for watching. So now over to Amy for the results.
So here it is, the time has come. It's the final of our hero competition. So, judges, after much deliberation, have you come to a decision? Do you think that this is the right decision?
Yes, we're absolutely convinced that it's the right decision. And we're convinced it's the right decision because we as a group, well, first and foremost, I have to say we're actually very impressed by all of you. You've all made a wonderful effort, and I would also like to commend the teachers who made a wonderful effort and also other individuals who were not chosen out of all the classes. I really appreciate the thought and effort. We all do. We appreciate the thought and effort that you've put into this. It's been absolutely tremendous and a really successful day. But now down to the business and why we chose you, why we chose our last three individuals.
Exactly. So, Mrs. Graham, do you think that this Heroes Day is a good cause?
I do indeed. It's excellent, and I think everybody's put so much effort into it. It's wonderful.
Thank you. So could you please reveal your third place?
Our third place, well, our joint second place. Actually, there are two runners-up. And those two runners-up are Reuben and Victoria. And if you'd like to come forward, we'll explain why. Reuben and Victoria. Well done, Reuben.
Thank you.
Well done, Victoria.
Thank you.
So Reuben and Victoria, are you pleased with this result?
Yeah, very pleased.
What about you, Reuben?
Very pleased too.
Thank you. Now, do you think you could reveal the overall winner, please?
Yes, our overall winner is an individual who illustrated for us that heroes are actually very unselfish people. Heroes think of other people before themselves, and they do this time and time again. And I think Rita has shown this, and Victoria has shown this by the people who inspired them. So the person who inspired all of us on this occasion was actually Sarah. So Sarah, if you would come forward. Thank you very much, Sarah.
Well done, Sarah. So maybe if each of you could just remind us who you were.
Mary Seacole, my uncle.
King George VI.
Thank you very much.